A warm welcome back to Gol News, your ultimate hub for everything Real Madrid. The Santiago Bernabéu witnessed its latest debutant under the floodlights this past weekend as Real Madrid narrowly edged Osasuna 1-0. While the scoreline brought 3 points, much of the post-match conversation circled around one man, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Signed with high expectations after leaving Liverpool, his first true taste of La Liga action was supposed to mark a bold beginning. Instead, it carried more questions than answers. For many Madridistas, the night was the first proper chance to study Alexander-Arnold in the unforgiving theatre of Spanish football. He had previously featured in the FIFA Club World Cup, but that stage carries a very different rhythm and intensity compared to La Liga at the Bernabéu. Against Osasuna, the gap between expectation and reality was laid bare. From the opening whistle, the Englishman appeared tentative. The adventurous fullback, known for whipping pinpoint crosses and charging forward with confidence, looked restrained, almost cautious. Instead of imposing his trademark attacking influence, he seemed hesitant to step beyond the halfway line, unsure of when to surge and when to hold back. That lack of conviction soon became noticeable. His passing was tidy but lacked bite, his movement often a step behind teammates already accustomed to Xabi Alonso's system. What had made him a standout at Liverpool, his ability to transform defense into attack with one sweeping delivery, was missing. The Bernabéu, famous for its quick judgment, picked up on his uncertainty. In the attacking third, his contribution was minimal. There were no dangerous deliveries into the box, no overlapping runs to stretch the play, and little sign of the creativity that had once redefined the right-back role in England. The absence of those qualities felt especially glaring, given that Madrid had recruited him precisely for those offensive gifts. Defensively, familiar concerns resurfaced. Just as critics in the Premier League had often highlighted, his positioning wavered. Osasuna pressed into the channels he left unguarded, attempting to exploit gaps that appeared when Madrid's defensive line shifted. In one moment during the second half, a misjudged cross almost resulted in an equalizer, a lapse that summed up his nervy outing. It was not just about missed opportunities going forward, it was about fragility at the back. In one-on-one situations, Alexander-Arnold did not always look convincing. His duels were often reactive rather than proactive, as though he was still processing the pace and demands of Spanish football. For a club like Madrid, where the margins for error are razor-thin, such vulnerabilities stand out sharply. The atmosphere inside the stadium reflected that unease. Murmurs grew whenever possession broke down on his side of the pitch. The Bernabéu faithful are renowned for both their passion and their demands. They celebrate brilliance but rarely overlook hesitancy. The message was clear: performances like this cannot become the norm. The contrast was particularly striking when Dani Carvajal entered the fray in the second half. The veteran, though only recently back from a serious injury, wasted no time showing his trademark commitment. A crunching tackle brought the crowd to its feet, an immediate reminder of the resilience and intensity that have long defined him. That single moment drew louder applause than anything Alexander-Arnold had managed across the evening. For Alexander-Arnold, that comparison is impossible to ignore. Carvajal's presence serves as both a standard and a threat. If the Spaniard returns to full fitness and maintains form, the Englishman risks being relegated to a bench role. At Madrid, reputations matter little, performance dictates everything, and opportunities can vanish quickly. That does not mean the situation is beyond repair. Alexander-Arnold still possesses qualities that few players can match: extraordinary passing range, the vision to unlock compact defenses, and technical ability suited to a possession-heavy side. But raw talent alone is never enough at Real Madrid. The club demands adaptation, intelligence, and mental toughness. What he must now grasp is Alonso's tactical blueprint. Madrid's system requires precision. Fullbacks must balance defensive discipline with attacking timing, all while reading the movements of their teammates with instinctive awareness. For Alexander-Arnold, learning those rhythms quickly will be key. Observing Carvajal closely and finding a way to blend his unique strengths into the structure may be his path forward. The pressure, though, is relentless. At other clubs, new signings might be given weeks or months to settle. In Madrid, patience is thinner. Every performance is magnified, every mistake replayed, and every missed opportunity contrasted against the standards of the past. Alexander-Arnold will not be judged on potential but on what he delivers now. Alexander-Arnold has the ability to follow that path, but he will need to prove it quickly. His future in the Spanish capital depends not on what he once was in Liverpool, but on what he can become in white. For now, Madridistas leave with a lingering sense of unease. The excitement of his signing remains, but it is overshadowed by fresh doubts. The spotlight has shifted, From promise to pressure. How Alexander-Arnold responds in the coming weeks will determine whether his story in Madrid becomes one of redemption or regret.